What's up, everybody? It's Old Man Winter 8 for Sun and Ski Sports, and we're going to find out if the Never Summer Proto Synthesis is a wise buy for you. So in the Proto lineup, the Proto Synthesis is the main board. This evolved from the Proto of past, and it has really turned into one of the best-selling and one of the most versatile all-mountain, go-anywhere, do-anything boards on the market. Like most all-mountain boards, it is a medium flex, so it's just soft enough to ride in the park, it's just stiff enough to ride outside of the park, and it does have their classic rocker to camber shape. So you've got rocker in between your feet, camber up in the nose and tail. So you get that nice, easy catch-free feel, you get that extra float when you're in the deep snow, but you get all the power underneath your feet and up into the nose and tail to push back when you're carving, and to also give you that extra spring and pop when you're sending it off of jumps. Then we go inside, it has their classic Bi-Lite fiberglass, but it also has that extra layer of STS pre-tensioned fiberglass. And what that is it's a layer of fiberglass that has been stretched and pre-tensioned inside the board. So even with no weight on the board and without flexing this thing, it already wants to go somewhere. And then when you do flex this thing, again, in and out of your turns, off the jumps, even just ollieing it, it wants to give back a little bit more spring and a little bit more pop than fiberglass that has not been stretched. And as if that wasn't enough, it has their carbon recluse underneath the bindings up into the tips, and it's basically a carbon webbing that's giving you even more spring, more pop, more power. But since it's a webbing going across the board on an angle, it's also helping to push pressure from your feet up towards your edges, so you're getting better edge hold. And then on the bottom of this thing, and you can kind of see it through the base a little bit here, there's carbon stringers running the complete length of the board. So these are giving you more stability and they're giving you more pop. But the cool thing about these is by running them along the length of the board instead of running them across the board, especially in the middle, this is allowing the board to be a little bit easier torsionally. So when you are twisting this thing in and out of your turns, it actually has a much smoother, easier feel. And then going along with all of that, their Power Grip side cut, where it's a deep side cut into a shallow side cut into no side cut, flat in between your feet. This board wants to go into the turns aggressively and then just lock. And then by not blending from side cut to flat, when you get those points flexed, it accentuates them and pushes them into those harder, icier conditions even better. So this thing is gonna dig more like a stiff board, even though it just has that medium flex. And then adding to that, the triple layer RDS2 dampening. So when you are carving, especially on those harder conditions, and your board starts to vibrate and starts to shake a little bit, it helps to absorb those so you can have an even better edge hold. And then of course, like all the Never Summer snowboards, we've got a high-end sintered base on the bottom of this thing that is super durable, and it's very, very fast right out of the packaging. So you just take your bindings, throw them on the board, and go ride. But is the Never Summer Proto Synthesis a wise buy for you? Well, this is definitely for those intermediate to advanced riders who are looking for a one-board quiver that can ride anywhere. But more importantly, they want a board that has a nice, easy, smooth feel, but still has all the power of a super stiff, super snappy board. Having those strips, especially through the middle, just going nose to tail, again, leave that board torsionally nice and easy feeling, but then up towards the nose and tail, that carbon recluse and that extra power from the camber and the tips does help push this thing a little bit more in and out of your turns while maintaining that smooth, easy feel. And this does come in X versions, which are wide for those bigger feet, but it also comes in DF, which stands for drag free, which are extra wide versions. So no matter how big your feet are, there is a version for you. Or if you're just one of those riders that's a little bit more advanced and you have no problem pushing a wider board from edge to edge, and you just want no toe overhang no matter what, so you can crank turns almost 90 degrees, there is a board that's gonna fit your style and fit your needs. But if you got any questions beyond anything that we talked about in the video, definitely leave some comments down below. Also, make sure to like and subscribe to the Sun and Ski YouTube channel, and head on into any of the Sun and Ski locations, or just check them out at sunandski.com.